Ladies and gentlemen, he's a child of God, a husband, NRA conservative, radical right-wing supervillain, and Twitter rock star. American by birth, Texan by choice, and a badass by nature. He's the owner of TomO'Halloran.com, O'HalloranMedia.com, and PatriotRadio.net. Please welcome Tom O'Halloran.
Welcome to Patriot Radio with Tom O'Halloran. By mere coincidence, I am your host, Tom O'Halloran. I'm here to educate, irritate, and agitate. And folks, if you're not agitated by the end of this hour, you're just not listening. Over the next hour, we're going to discuss Hillary Clinton, her deep past, her disdain for the military, the numerous dead people in her inner circle, Benghazi, and just why we cannot possibly allow this woman anywhere near the White House. Later in the hour, we'll be joined by my friend Ann McElhaney, Ann's the executive producer of Gosnell, the movie, which will be produced over the next several months. If you want to join the conversation, please call in at 888-909-1050. If you're listening on your computer but need to leave, call 832-999-1050 to listen to the show by phone. Again, I'm Tom O'Halloran. Please check out my blog, TomO'Halloran.com. Follow me on Twitter. It's TPO. That's Thomas Patrick O'Halloran. It's TPO_hisself. And check out my show page. It's PatriotRadioshow.com. Patriots, I'm here today because I said on air Wednesday night that I'd be doing a Saturday show. Since that time, we've had an additional hour added to my schedule, so we've reshuffled to make things a little bit easier for you, for me, and KCAA-1050, who's carrying my show. So we found some more logical hours. Patriot Radio with Tom O'Halloran will air every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 7 p.m. right here on KCAA-1050. Now, on Friday nights at 7 p.m., again, PST, I'll be doing a special show every Friday night, Jihad on America with Tom O'Halloran. This show will, on a weekly basis, cover the Islamists in America, who they are, what they want, and why you should be very afraid. Keep abreast of my show when you listen to the live stream, as well as shows that you may have missed. Just go to PatriotRadioshow.com. Lastly, before we dig into the Saturday show, tomorrow is Mother's Day, folks. This is my good deed for the day. I'm reminding you. You've been reminded, and if you forget and your mom calls and asks me, I'm going to throw you under the bus. So I'm not going to face your wrath. Make your brunch appointment reservations and order your flowers now, folks. You're on your own, okay? So let's talk about Hillary Clinton. Now, before we get into the crimes and the evil stuff, there's some stuff that's just rather, shall we say, distasteful. Nothing illegal about this first item. Clinton, as a former state senator, she's entitled to the special package. It's called Congressional Retirement and Staffing Plan, which means even if she never gets elected to the White House again, she'll get her retirement money from her senator's job for the rest of her life. When she dies, if Bill outlives her, he gets her money till he dies. Now, Bill Clinton's getting his presidential income until he dies. And if he dies and Hillary outlives him, she'll get it until she dies. Okay, nothing illegal there. Now, in order to get this job as a senator, since they never lived in New York City, they had to buy a house in upstate New York. They bought $1 million+ home and set up camp up there. Now, the mortgage on this place is about $10,000 a month. But since Bill has a Secret Service package and he's got to have all these guys around, they had to build another residence on the place. So they built another residence. Remember, she's paying a $10,000 mortgage on the entire property. She's renting this sub-house to the Secret Service. She's renting it to the government for $10,000 a month, which is about equal to their whole entire mortgage. So now we, the taxpayers, are paying both of their salaries, mortgage, transportation, safety, and security, as well as separate salaries and staff for 12-man staff and the whole 9 yards. And who's paying for it? You are. So nothing really illegal in that one. but charging the same thing for rent for, their security officers have a less quality home than they have. Okay, so let's go back in time a little bit. Back when she was running for presidency, Hillary Clinton came under increasing scrutiny. She made a comment that when I landed in Bosnia, I came under sniper fire. Well, everybody started doing some research. She forgot there was such thing as the internet. And it turned out to be that she was just outright lying. There was no sniper fire. There wasn't any fire of any kind when she landed in Bosnia. Okay, so that's one. One lie doesn't really make her a liar, does it? Does it? Yeah. Okay, let's go back in time a little bit. Back in the day, during the Watergate hearings, when President Richard Nixon was going through this big hearing, the now retired General Counsel and Chief of Staff of the House Judiciary Committee, Jeffrey Zeifman, had supervised a young Hillary Clinton to the Watergate investigation. Now, this guy's a lifelong Democrat. Zeifman recently said that he fired her because she was a liar. She was an unethical, dishonest liar. She conspired to violate the rules of the House, confidentiality, the Constitution. She was one of several individuals who engaged in a seemingly implausible scheme to deny Richard Nixon the right to counsel during the investigation. Okay, now we're seeing a bit of a trend here. Another lie. Then you got the Benghazi video. I'm not going to go a great deal into Benghazi today. That's like another whole show. And I don't even know how to take the show because we really don't know a whole lot of anything because they keep lying and hiding things. What I do want to talk about is everybody talks about the 4 dead people. They're 4 dead Americans. What difference does it make? Well, because of the lies and the subterfuge and the refusal to let us have access to the witnesses and refusal to let us have FBI people in Benghazi on the compound to investigate the scene, as of the first of the year, a report given to the U.S. ambassadors, there was a report worked on for months, released to a bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee that says 15 people in Libya who had been trying to help with the investigation. These are people on the ground, witnesses. They've been killed. So not only are the 4 dead Americans not able to talk to us, but American CIA personnel have been renamed and relocated, so they can't talk to us. Some staff people have been told, say nothing to Congress, don't open your mouth. And then others, locals, that are willing to talk, they just get killed. So it's just the tip of the iceberg, but this woman is vile. Now, going back to when they were the president, as she used to say, don't talk to me like that, we are the president. The Clintons were known for disdain for the military and the Secret Service. Some of these quotes, I'm not even going to go over the vulgar quotes. Go to my Hillary Clinton website. It's bloodonherhands.com. Some of her quotes are, "Where's the GDF and flag? I want the GDF and flag up every morning at sunrise." That was to the staff at the governor's mansion in Arkansas. If you want to remain on this detail, get your effing ass over here and grab those bags. She's saying this to the Secret Service people that are supposed to protect her. She wants her hands full of baggage instead of protecting her. God bless the America we're trying to create. She's delusional. Another comment she made that wasn't as vile, but I'm not going to have some reporters pawing through our papers. We are the president. Take a look at the quotes that are on the website. It will appall you. It will appall you. It's awful. The things that she says, the way she treats the Secret Service men that are there to protect her and Bill, like they're waiters, like they're basically that's wait staff. So when we come back, we're going to talk about a number of the dead people that have been around the Clintons, from bodyguards to investigators, witnesses. There's the trained people. We'll talk about those as well. A lot of stuff coming up. And again, in the next half hour, we'll have my friend Ann McElhenney coming aboard. So thanks for tuning in, folks. More coming up real quick. Before I get into the dead people around the Clintons, I want to cover one thing just because it's so important for the people that are kind of on the line. Well, I kind of like Hillary. It'd be nice to have a woman president, this, that, and the other thing. First off, try to name one thing that she accomplished as Secretary of State. She's the most traveled. Whoopee. I'd love to have a free passport, free plane to fly around the world. But what did she actually do? Nothing. But did you know that under her watch there is $6 billion, that's billion with a B, that has gone missing from the Secretary of State Department, the Department of State, missing under her watch. $6 billion. How do you misplace $6 billion? This is all on computers. You track it. You write a check to somebody. If it's a suitcase full of money, you log it as you take it out of the vault. How is $6 billion gone? And what is she going to do with it? Because somebody knows where it's at. So is she going to have a biggest campaign war chest in history to run for president? I don't know. I'm just asking the question, folks. It's $6 billion. I lose $20. My wife's giving me crap over it. Okay, here we go. The scandal list for the Clintons. It's fairly long. I just want to fly up the names of them. I'm not going to go into what they are, just to remind you that these things have happened. These are part of her past. Whitewater. That was a banking scandal. Cattle Futures Gate. This is where she invested $1,000 and turned it into $100,000. Yeah, right. That always happens, right? Travel Gate, Jennifer Flowers Gate, File Gate, Vince Foster Gate, Lincoln Bedroom Gate. Remember that? $150,000 you get to sleep in the Lincoln bedroom. Nothing like cheapening the White House. Lipo Gate, where they're bringing in almost $500,000 from Chinese people into the Democratic committee to support her this was for Bill's campaign. Wag the Dog Gate. Just the night before Bill Clinton was going to be indicted for his misbehaviors, he calls an uncharacteristic airstrike on the on Iraq, trying to take the headlines away from his dirty deeds. Lootergate. As they left the White House, some of you folks may have been too young to even remember this. As they left the White House, Bill and Hillary stole silverware, furniture, a lot of items that were donated to the White House. They claimed the items were given to them. Multi-$1,000 furniture set that belonged to the Interior Department. The Clintons claimed that it was a gift. They were forced to return a lot of this stuff. But my God, this was the President and First Lady of the United States looting the White House. And now they want to get back in. One of their latest scandals, as they left the White House, hours before the presidency was over, Bill Clinton pardoned a whole bunch of people. Nothing illegal about that. There isn't. Even if it was for murder, for whatever. Might be wrong, but it's not illegal. But what is illegal, I think, let me qualify that. If it's not, it certainly should be. Her brother, Hillary's brother, actually took several $100,000, $400,000 in fact, to campaign for a pardon for, this was for a drug criminal, Carlos Viginal. So her brother's acting as a what? Registered, lost the word. Anyway, taking money to get a pardon. They're selling pardons out of the White House now. Insane. Okay, let's get into the dirty stuff. Think about all the jobs that you've had. Take a moment, think about all the people that you've worked with, all the people that you've lived next to, all the people that you've known and slept with. How many of those people are dead today? Well, the Clintons have a little bit higher number. One of the deadliest jobs in America is being a Clinton bodyguard. If you go to bloodonherhands.com, these are all up there with a great deal of detail. There are 25 dead bodyguards in the Clintons' past. Some of them were killed in helicopter crashes. Some of them were committed suicide with a shot to the back of the head. Yeah, that sounds like a suicide. 25 dead bodyguards, and there was never a shot taken at these guys. So what's going on? These aren't just bodyguards that walk them from their house into their office. These are